Once again updated the Star Quantum Monarch Yishki Seraph Gem Knight Masters. There we go. Still 3 staff. I'm still 3 chair. I'm just so good. Why? Because they're like upstarts. If you see these, they allow you to see your other engines and archetypes. So it's just deck thinners. Outs also because Scepter can kill cards. Like Scepter is actually a really really powerful out to like some like face up pesky cards that were just like preventing you from playing Yu-Gi-Oh pretty much. Like it's just Scepter is really really underrated. Like it's very difficult to negate his effect to destroy a card and draw a card. 3 idea. These 9 right here are powerful. They keep your hand overflowed with just bountiful harvest of advantageous pluses, draws, searches, loops, combos. 2 idos, because idos is idea and idea is pantheism, so these are actually just resources. Yeah, they also enable your tribute summons. Triple shadow and double vision still, and this guy is going to remain at 2 and no longer go at 3. I was going to bump him at 3, but since I took out a blue card, he'll remain at 2, just to basically suffice as a way to get to your Gishkis without drawing them. Basically, like you would rather want to search them instead of hard drawing them. So all of these right here, this pile of cards is just all the searching and draw power, where basically you commit 6 normal summons to get all of these resources going. Like just to get this entire engine popping right here, to get all this flowing consistently, you just need a normal summon 1, normal summon 2. And this is why I upgraded this deck, because originally when you're going in one turn, you cannot summon Scepter and Idea successfully and then be able to get your pluses off of Shadow, Vision, Eidos, Idea, Scepter, and Sovereignty. You just wouldn't be able to. But I just put back my tech cards that I actually ran originally when I first built this deck, which was the Gem Knights. And I just ran them just to enable me an intricate way to double summon every turn. To be able to, like, basically to be able to put my archetypes together in one turn. 3 blue. Blue's a Stratos-like card, so I could put blue in this big old pile of search Stratos-like, upstart-like cards that just search, draw, and keep your hand filled and just goodness. Like, they just give you long turns, long, boring turns for your opponent, but so fun for you. It's just that stuff where you're like, you know what, I don't even want to play no more. Have fun. Like that kind of 3 Green Ranger, I've always told people, man, because I really think so. This is me. This is me in that armor. He looks sick. He's my physique and everything, bro. I think that's really me. Double red and 2 white. I cut this guy now. And he's actually, it's fine, like 1 would suffice because you recycle him, but it's just 2 just in case so you can see him more often. 3 Erebus. This guy is more important now than ever because he recycles my monarchs from the grave. Sometimes you want to ditch them in the grave just to be able to get them back and plus off of your pantheism or etc. So Erebus can actually set up combos in the grave, and then his field effect is impressive where he just gets rid of a card without targeting or steals from your opponent's hand. All in all, Erebus is better for this build. 2 Aether. Aether is here just to simply search out my monarchs. He can do the Karaz play, which is very powerful. It's just draw magic, but most of the time I use Aether to recruit Erebus and then get Erebus to my hand at the end phase, so I can then summon Erebus and then get him in the grave, etc. So basically, this is Searcher and this is Drawer. Draw, and then this guy's Recycle. Even though that's 7 monarchs, and people would say, "Oh, how is your tenacity live?" If you saw my previous build, I showed you this insane nutsy thing that I didn't even think about myself, and I built the deck that actually perfects the tweak of tenacity, which is vision and gust cracking. So now I'm gonna break this down to you. I've been smoking. 5, 7, 10 monarchs. As far as the sense of top decking, I have 10 cards that if I see any of these 10 cards, my tenacity is live. If I see vision, I can see gust cracking. Gus Kraken's stats are 2400 and 1000, equivalent to Kuraz, which are actually just Monarch stats. So if I see Vision, I see Gus Kraken, which in sense, Tenacity's live. So if I see Vision, Tenacity's live, basically. So these are the other three Monarchs. So you'd be like, don't you think you should at least have at minimum like 8 or 9? Well, I do have 10 actually. So that's that. That's why I don't run any. I don't run 3 Aether, 3 Erebus, 3 Kuraz or something like that. And again, I do run the pot of something, I call it, which is Mine August, which allows me to just recycle my stuff ridiculously. Livianima, Mine August, and Gus Kraken for my blue cards. This basically, this guy is like Mind Crush on crack. He shuffles a card from your opponent's hand. You get to look at 2. Mine August recycles any 5 cards. Emergency teleports 1-for-1. Soul Charge. The Star Seraph engine, the Gishkis, the Gemini engine, the Brilliant Fusion, and the one Gemini I run to fuse with. So basically, I'll just keep using him to recycle Sapphire and Brilliant Fusions, Emergency Teleports, just all the good cards that you normally would not. It would be impossible to recycle. This guy, he's so good. And Livianimo, whenever he declares an attack, I get to draw cards. It's so good. If it happens to be a Gishki, I get to look at a card in my opponent's hand. So he's all in all, he's just a powerhouse to me. Yep. Is that it for monsters? Yeah. Oh yeah, one more monster. Sapphire. Sapphire, just because you have to have a Gemini to fuse with. 3 emergency teleports, because Itelli is basically just another Stratos-like card. This deck has no problems top decking. It has no... I don't even know how hands can be cloggy. There's hardly any high levels, and they never clog. Like, this deck is very consistent. It's powerful. It's faster than most of the fast-paced decks these days. And fast-paced decks these days... I'm sorry, fast-paced decks these days are beyond fast-paced. They're overdone, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever played a chicken race deck? So you know what I'm talking about. Well, this deck is like one of those just overdone decks. And 3 Tenacity. So all 9 of these are Stratos-like cards. This has a built-in effect where you can draw, which is just ridiculous. The first effect where you discard to draw is not a once per turn. So you can go Pantheism, 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 and just keep drawing. 3 Prime. This also has a draw effect, and it also has a recycle effect, and it also has effect to special hits from the grave. So this makes this to be worthy in this pile of Stratos-like cards. Double Carrier, Double Brilliant Fusion. These spells just enable my summons. 1 Aqua Mirror. I was wondering whether or not to bump this at 2, but since I took out a blue card, once again, this will just remain at 1. Soul Charge, 1-for-1. Stormforth, 2 of the first Monarch, 1 Escalation. Stormforth is... it's so good because it's an out, and also it just helps you to get rid of monsters. Like, if your opponent has 3 monsters on the board, you can Stormforth for one of them, get rid of one of them with the card effect, and then just attack over the other one. So in all in all, you just clear 3 monsters with 1. So it's pretty dope. 2 Magnus, because he's a powerhouse that just is so hard to kill. 2 red. Red is so dope. I actually really want to run 3 red and 3 blue, but I have 2 of all of them as usual. It's just a typical build, but I actually want to find a way to implement 3 red and 3 blue. I don't know how, even though it's very difficult to get red on the field without special summoning him, but I just really, because this guy's so good, he's done more justice for me personally than almost nearly any of the other XYZs in my extra deck throughout most of my matchups, enabling me to stop. Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. My opponent summons Dionea to try to recruit his Armilio for grave. I can either chain Ouroboros, or I can just be a dick and chain Magna Liner, destroy the Dionea before his effect resolves to special summon Armilio from the grave. So in the way, Magna Liner just negated his effect. So he's so sick with it, man. Double Seraphonite, 1 Felground, 1 M7, double Deltros, and Thunderspark. The extra deck is always changing. I did have Zombie Stein in here, but I took him out since I don't really want to beat over Great Magnus anymore. I'd just rather tribute him with Stormforth and the token. I showed you some pieces from my side deck before, so I really don't want to give out any more secrets, because this is actually a deck that I take to big events. Tell me what you think of another upgraded version once again.